Today, we're going to dig into one simple, powerful idea from Dale Carnegie that honestly could change the way you communicate forever. It really is the secret to true influence, arousing an eager want in other people. So let's get right into it.
You've been there, right? We all have. You've got this great idea, your argument is perfectly logical, you have a simple request, and it just completely falls flat. It feels like you're talking to a brick wall. It is an incredibly frustrating and, it turns out, a very common experience.
So, why does this happen so often? Well, it turns out most of us are making the exact same fundamental mistake. We're basically setting ourselves up to fail before we even say a word.
When we want something, our default setting is to think about, well, ourselves. The very first question that usually pops into our heads is something like this one. Okay, how can I use my logic, my reasons, to convince this person that I'm right?
Or maybe we're a little more direct. We might ask, how do I get them to do this thing for me? But do you see the pattern? The thinking is all flowing in one direction, from us outward. It's all about what we want.
And that, right there, is the heart of the problem. This self-centered approach, even though it feels totally natural, completely ignores the single most important piece of the entire puzzle of human interaction. And here it is. This is the game-changing shift in thinking. The right question, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about them. Before you even think about persuading or convincing, you have to stop and ask yourself, what is it that they actually want? Asking that question leads us straight to the central principle of influence, a concept so powerful it can literally reshape every single conversation you have. This is Carnegie's golden rule, right here. See, true influence isn't about pushing your ideas on someone. It's not about persuasion. It's about alignment. It's about figuring out what someone already desires and then connecting what you want to that desire.
So what do people want? Well, it usually comes down to a few core human drivers. We all crave recognition. We want to feel safe. We want to improve our status. We want comfort. We want to grow, to feel like we belong, and we definitely want to avoid pain. If you can connect your idea to one of these things, you're suddenly speaking a language everybody understands.
Carnegie really didn't pull any punches about how critical this is. He's basically saying if you can master this one skill, this ability to see things from their perspective and speak to their wants, the world will open up for you. But if you can't, you're going to have a tough time.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's check out how this simple change in perspective can totally transform how we communicate. So the average person just comes out and says, here's what I want. It's direct, sure, but it immediately puts the other person on the defensive. Their first thought is, so what? Why should I care? But the master influencer says, here's how this is going to benefit you. They answer that unspoken question before it's even asked. Let's look at a really practical example from the workplace. The typical self-centered approach is, hey, please work late tonight, we're short-staffed. That's all about the manager's problem, right? But the desire-focused approach sounds like, you know, if we can knock this out tonight, tomorrow is going to be so much easier for all of us. See? That appeals directly to the employee's desire for comfort and avoiding future headaches. Same request, totally different feeling. And this is huge in sales, too. Just listing features, this product has great features, is a classic mistake. A customer doesn't really care about the features. They care about what those features do for them. So instead, you say, this will save you time and cut down your stress. That connects directly to those universal desires for comfort and avoiding pain. That is the principle in action.
So why is this so incredibly effective? Well, it's because it taps into how our brains are actually wired. We love to think we're these super rational beings, but the truth is, we make decisions based on feelings, on our desires. The logic, that comes in later, to justify the decision we already made with our gut. By appealing to their want, you're working with human nature, not fighting against it.
Now, this is a really crucial point. This is not about manipulation. Manipulation is all about getting what you want at someone else's expense. That's a win-lose situation. What Carnegie's teaching here is ethical influence. It's about creating a win-win. It's about finding a genuine benefit for the other person so that you both walk away happy.
Okay, so understanding all this is one thing, but the real magic happens when you turn this into an automatic habit. And you know what? It's actually way simpler than you might think.
It all boils down to just one thing.
One single question you need to train yourself to ask before any important conversation, before you send that email, before you make that request.
This is it. This is the whole game. Just pause for a second. Force yourself to get out of your own head and step into their shoes. See the world from their point of view and ask, what's in it for them? Once you have a real, honest answer to that question, you've found the key.
So you can think of it as a simple 3-step recipe. First, you've got to genuinely understand what they need or want. Second, frame your idea in a way that connects to those needs. And third, clearly show them the personal payoff. Make the benefits so clear and attractive they can almost taste it.
All right, let's do a quick recap. The big takeaways are this. People are driven by their own wants, not yours. So to influence them, you have to show them the benefits for them, and you have to do it up front. Appeal to their emotions first, then back it up with logic. And remember, the goal isn't to force anyone to do anything. It's to make them want to do it.
And that's really the challenge for you. Think about a conversation you have coming up today, maybe with a coworker, a client, or even your family. Before you start, just stop and ask that one question. How can I frame this to tap into what they want? Give it a try. I think you'll be amazed by the difference it makes. Thanks for watching.